Hello my friends, for those who have never seen my videos, my name is Monteiro. I'm Portuguese. I had Cholinergic urticaria for almost 3 years and I have been cured since 2014 by the traditional Chinese medicine. This is the year from which I started to study the Chinese medicine and guiding people with urticaria in all forms to the cure. Please subscribe to my channel and activate the notifications so you can be notified whenever I post new videos. This is the 9th video in English language. In the previous video I explained how to do the second cycle of diet with a variable duration to start reducing the itchiness. As I announced in the previous videos, in this video I will explain the concept of phlegm and its relationship, and also dampness and their relationship with urticaria. For those who have not seen the previous videos, I would like to clarify that I am not a doctor of conventional medicine, and also I'm not a doctor of Chinese medicine. I'm a self-taught person who studied everything that exists in this planet about urticaria in all forms, in both medicine's perspective to cure me, and who gives his opinion to people who have urticaria and if they want to be cured. Fortunately for them and for me, since 2014 hundreds have been cured under my guidance and mentoring. Dampness and phlegm is the result of pathological accumulation of moisture or dampness, which are fluids that derive from either Qi deficiency or Qi stagnation, or both. Qi is the internal energy, is what transforms, also transports and eliminates fluids inside the body. Therefore, both Qi deficiency and Qi stagnation over the time can lead to the accumulation of fluids that eventually create an internal mucus and evolve into phlegm. Moisture is mucus and not water. Rather, it is a gel and a thick liquid made up of impurities and toxins that stops or prevents the circulation of liquids inside the body, and which in traditional Chinese medicine is classified as a dampness pattern. Dampness, mud, gel, mucus, which all are very different from water. About the emotions, any emotion directly or immediately creates phlegm. We cannot say that anger leads to phlegm. Most emotions start by causing the Qi stagnation, and many organs, not just on the liver, can experience the Qi stagnation. In fact, in the mental and emotional aspect, the heart and lungs often develop Qi stagnation due to worriness, sadness, and grief. Emotions cause liver Qi to stagnate also, and the liver, which is the son of the spleen, starts to drain the energy from the spleen, once the mission of the father is to feed the son. This decreases the energy of the spleen and its functions. It has functions of absorbing and removing the excess of dampness from the body, which leads to dampness and phlegm. This is the spleen role. Emotional stress can lead to stagnation of qi, which can turn into heat or fire. This condenses the body fluids and leads to phlegm on the final stage. There are also foods that create dampness or moisture, such as fats, sugars, anything that contains white flour, gluten, lactose, and very cold foods or drinks for a long time. Those foods, combined with the stagnation of qi, create such an accumulation of moisture or dampness that end up creating swelling or forming cysts of fat or sebaceous cysts. And finally, it can cause cancer or tumors. In this final stage of swellings, the person has already reached a level of phlegm problem. Regarding urticaria, it's very easy to understand that if we have internally installed a thick or pasty liquid that stops the water and liquids from circulating, of course, we will have more impurities, stagnant materials, stagnant water, which will not be able to fulfill the functions of hydration and cooling the system, the body. This is the yin function that starts to get reduced since the water is yin and cannot reach all parts of the body. Less yin creates more heat and consequently more urticaria or more hives. The same goes for cold urticaria. Once yin generates yang, so this last state is also harmed. On the other hand, if the qi does not circulate, there might be organs, inner organs, that create a pathology of internal cold, as well as the emotional fragility I mentioned earlier and on previous videos will create weaknesses on the body shield or armor, and the person may suffer an invasion of external wind, which turns into internal wind or inner wind, and which in traditional Chinese medicine is classified is called like cold wind or hot wind. Cold wind that can be dryness or dampness, and also the heat wind, as I mentioned, that also can be dry or damp. Diet is undoubtedly a factor to take into account, to value regarding phlegm. I would like to remind you once again that the excessive consumption of fatty foods, sugar, sweets and dairy products, white flour, lactose, gluten, cold foods or very cold foods or drinks, and alcohol often create dampness and leads to phlegm on an advanced stage. Overeating is also a cause of phlegm. Is the result of phlegm. In the particular case of phlegm eat, this is usually due to excessive consumption of fatty foods along with alcohol, fat mixed with alcohol. Also, excessive physical work or workout weakens the spleen, and this leads to phlegm or dampness. I now leave here some clinical manifestations of phlegm so that you can be a little bit more aware about your case, and if it applies to you, you can correct. Burning epigastric pain, thirst unwilling to drink, mental restlessness, bleeding gums, dry stools, dry mouth, mouth ulcers, acid regurgitation, nausea, vomiting immediately after eating, excessive hunger, bad breath, feeling yourself hot, feeling overwhelmed on chest and epigastrum, insomnia, excessive dreams, phlegm, expectoration, like fluids, sebaceous cysts or cysts in generally, and swellings in general. In the next video, I will return to diet cycles and explain how the third diet cycle can be done and processed, and food management until the end of the treatment and the cure. I hope you liked this video, and watch my other videos that appear on the end on the screen. Please also put your like in my videos if you really liked, and subscribe my YouTube channel, Chronic Urticaria, Cure through the Chinese traditional medicine, and follow my blog that you can find on chronicurticariacure.com. You can register there on the discussion forum and post your urticaria case for me to answer when your turn comes. Below I leave the links so you can follow me. See you on next video. Thank you all and stay safe.